the sense organs, the first thing we need to talk about are receptors. A receptor is a structure that is capable of work as a transducer, meaning it will receive different types of energy such as sound and vibration, for example, and will transform that into a nerve stimulus that eventually is going to be transferred to the brain. The receptors can have multiple different types of classifications, such as based on the modality. They can be receptors for temperature, receptors for pain, receptors for light, receptors for chemicals, based on the origin of the stimulus, which can be stereoreceptors, interoreceptors, or proprioceptors. The muscle spindles are proprioceptors at the level of the muscle senses. The receptor for the general senses are those located all over skin. There are two main kinds or two main groups. These receptors are going to be unencapsulated, as you can see right here, called free nerve endings, and encapsulated, as you can see right there, tactile corpuscle for light touch. Somatosensory pathways. Pain is an example. Right here in the finger, you're going to stimulate the receptor. The receptor sends the information up to the brain using the sensory nerve. Now, the only part that you need to pay attention now is that it's not just one nerve, but there's actually three. Here you have the first nerve gets in contact with the second nerve in the spinal cord right here. It makes a synapse. The second nerve goes up, makes a synapse in the thalamus, and the third order neuron takes information up to your brain. Referred pain. This happens because when people have heart attacks, they feel pain in the left arm because the first order neuron for the skin goes this way and makes a synapse with a second order neuron. But what happens is that the heart, the first order neuron, also makes synapse with the same second order neuron. So when the brain receives the information, it's not sure whether it's receiving the information from the skin in the left arm or in the heart. So that's why you feel pain from different areas. Chemical senses. Taste. The sense for taste is located in the tongue. The tongue is not smooth like the screen in your computer, but rather has a whole bunch of rough surfaces, because in your tongue what you have are going to be papillae. Inside the papillae is where you have the taste buds. We have valate papillae, fungiform papillae, foliate papillae, and filiform papillae. Taste buds that we have, most of them are located in the valate papillae. What type of flavors we can identify? Salty, sweet, sour, bitter, and umami. Those are the main flavors. Cranial nerves that work with the tongue. We have cranial nerve number 7, number 9, number 10. So those are the ones necessary to send information up to your brain from your tongue so we can receive information regarding taste. Smell. The receptors are located inside your nose, and the nerve that is going to take the information up to your brain is going to be cranial nerve number 1. So basically what happens in here, other particles that are in the air, they go inside your nose. So these other particles are going to get trapped in the mucus that we have in our nose. When they get trapped in the mucus, these other particles dissolve and they release the chemicals that they have. And these cells are going to be the receptors that are going to capture these chemicals, and they transfer the information up into your olfactory bulb. From the olfactory bulb to the primary olfactory cortex right here in brown, but you see they are associated with other areas because smells are usually associated with sensations. If you smell gravy and turkey, that brings memories about family and your best friends. Hearing equilibrium. Sound is the vibration of molecules that we can hear. Now, sound has certain qualities such as loudness. Anatomy of the ear, we're going to see that we have an outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. The outer ears, we have the lobule right here at the bottom, we have the helix, we have the auditory canal, and it ends in the tympanic membrane. The middle ear goes from the tympanic membrane to where this structure right here, which is going to be the vestibule, is going to start. So if we talk about the middle ear, the middle ear starts basically in the tympanic membrane, continues with these 3 little bones. They are called malleus, incus, and stapes. All 3 little bones are called ossicles. And in the middle ear, we have this structure, which is going to be the auditory tube that goes down into basically the back of your mouth. Helps release air pressure that we may get in the middle ear. Then we have the inner ear. In the inner ear, we have 3 main structures. The cochlea, this is a vestibule, and this one right here are the semicircular canals. The cochlea is going to help you with hearing. Vestibule and semicircular canals are going to help us with equilibrium. these yellow areas are showing you the nerve, which is going to be cranial nerve number 8, the vestibulocochlear nerve that is going to help us with hearing and equilibrium. You can see a cut of the cochlea where you have 3 tubes. This one on the top is going to be called scala vestibulare. The one at the bottom is going to be called scala tympani, and both of them are filled with perilymph. The one in the middle is called the scala media, or the cochlear duct, and this one is filled with endolymph. In the scala media, we have the organ of Corti, where you find the tectorial membrane, and you have the hair cells. The hair cells are going to be responsible for sending the information to your brain to hear.